So after stretching, the next thing you're going to want to do is go through your warm-up throwing routine. And I do recommend making this a routine, again, that your kids are expecting every single time, and help teach them the proper mechanics for throwing a baseball. It's really important that they start learning the proper mechanics early, so that they don't develop into longer-term mechanical issues. So some of the mechanics that, or the throwing progression as we call it, that we'll display here with these kids, is to make sure that they're staying on top of the ball with the throw, as opposed to getting, really, a lot of kids have a tendency to get into a sidearm. So if we can teach them early to get into good throwing mechanics and staying on top of the ball, that's really the goal of some of these initial progressions. So usually this goes through, from a throwing progression standpoint, we have a few different drills that you start, or kind of go in progression. So for throwing progression, we have a few different drills that helps get them warmed up, starting slow and getting into longer throws. The first one being standing still and just kind of holding their elbow high and flipping the ball and following through, kind of like in basketball when they're following through. This really helps guide them into keeping their hand on top of the ball and staying up and through a plane. The next progression after that that I would recommend is they get a little bit farther apart. They stay square to the person they're throwing to, still without any stepping, but really turning their body, getting to this position, and then again getting on top of the ball. After that, there's a few other progressions that you could build in if you want to, but after that, kind of again moving farther and farther back, getting just kind of into regular throws where they're stepping and throwing. Some of the more important things that I look for as a coach, that they're doing things the right way, again, is that even when they go back into those regular throws, they're not falling into that sidearm. A lot of this comes down to focus. So really, getting those kids, making sure that they are focused on the task at hand, and that this warm-up is gonna kind of help them, help them become better baseball players and actually perform better in the game and better during practice. As a coach, you probably want to dedicate the first 15 to 20 minutes of the entire practice to that warm-up routine, between stretching, which should probably take upwards of 5 or 10 minutes, as well as the throwing progression, which should also take about 10 minutes or so. So make sure you're dedicating the time to that routine at the beginning of your practice before you go into some of your drills.